he shall write for himself a copy of the law in a book. This is so guided. So he's saying, even if you decide to go by their system of governance, they must be ruled by the book that I give to you. Meaning that your constitution is the Bible. The closest nation to this in our current era of civilization is the US. They call themselves one nation under God. Are you seeing that? I will show you how the civilization of the world crept into even places like US, where it seems like their founding fathers had a covenant with God. How the civilizations of the world is just like what God is warning Israel here. He says, don't let your heart be enticed by the way they do their things. Israel has been enticed. America rather has been enticed. As a matter of fact, America was where they sent a lot of people from there to go and preach the gospel to other nations. But right now, it's the opposite. It's other nations that are going to America to go and bring them back to the one true God. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So they are the closest to that. So he says, even if you want to copy what they are doing, make sure you don't allow yourself to begin to practice what they practice. So he said, make sure you give them a copy of the book. When people like what's this king Josiah, when they were meant to make reforms, when Israel kept drifting, they kept copying the other nations to the point that Israel as a nation was an idol worshiping God. I told you that was what made them go into slavery in Babylon, and then Israel to Assyria. Samaria, the capital, there was now northern Israel, there was southern Israel. Southern Israel was Judah, northern Israel was Samaria. I taught you guys that. So the Samaria Israel, do you get what I'm saying? Northern Israel went into Assyria in captivity, and then southern Israel went into Babylon. That's where them Daniel, Jeremiah were. Praise God. So when Josiah, one of the kings that brought reform to Israel and turned them back to God, when they were about to go back to God, they had to read the book, because the king needed to have the book. Are you seeing that? He had two books, as a matter of fact. One of them were the ordinances of God about how he should rule the nation. The other one was the history of the ordinances, the dealings of God with the nation through the years. So Josiah needed the book. Another set of people that needed the book was Ezra and Nehemiah. They stood almost a whole day reading the Bible and bringing them back to the precepts of God. That's why Ezra was called the teaching priest. Praise the name of the Lord. So the king needed a copy of the book. He says, it shall be when he sits on the throne of his kingdom that he shall write for himself a copy of this law in a book. So the constitution